I don't know if you can relate to this, but I've always felt like a lost soul. I've always been so overly concerned about finding a deeper meaning and purpose in my life. I thought that if I could find the right job with the right company, that I would within that be able to find some deeper meaning and purpose. But that actually led me to go from job to job to job because I could never find anything. And I also found it very challenging to work for someone else. It was always such a struggle on the inside. I also really resisted the idea of just finding something to get into, of going to school and getting into a career like psychology or something, because I guess I was just really afraid of taking that risk of putting in so much money, time, and effort. And in the end, what if I didn't like becoming a psychologist? So I really resisted that idea and avoided it because I didn't know for sure. It wasn't until I went to a psychic numerologist a while back that she said to me the reason why I was feeling this way is because my life path is 8. And that meant that I had to find some sort of way to work for myself, that I wasn't meant to be a worker bee for someone else, especially. So when she said that, I felt like such a big relief. But at the same time, that meant that I had to figure something out for myself. And I've always been interested in working for myself or having some sort of business, but it was such a scary path to take. I mean, it still is. I still haven't found my thing yet. I did attempt to try several businesses, and I even did network marketing, but they never turned out because it was never the right type of business. I had so much fear and felt like I could never accomplish anything. I struggled so much with low self-esteem that I was too scared to commit to any career path of any kind. In high school, I had hopes and dreams of getting into the art department in the film industry. I wanted to do something fun and creative, but also be able to get paid well for it. And in high school, we had the opportunity to do career weeks. So this is where we would go volunteer in the industry that we wanted to be in. And I had the opportunity to do it twice for 2 movies. One was called My Life Without Me, and the other was a Christmas movie called Elf. The movie Elf stars Will Ferrell, and there was a scene where he finds out who he really is. He gets upset and goes to the bathroom crying. In the bathroom, there's a toilet paper roll holder that I got to design. It was a really fun and cool experience. I remember when they brought me down to the studio to see where they were filming, Will Ferrell walked by in his elf outfit, so that was really funny to see in person. So when I graduated high school, I decided that I wanted to get into the costume department. So I went to school for fashion and got a fashion business and creative arts diploma. But I did absolutely nothing with it. I was too scared to move forward. And it wasn't because there was a lack of opportunity in Vancouver, because Vancouver is known as North Hollywood. There's a lot of opportunity, and I actually had quite a few connections to get into the film industry, but I was just too scared to move forward to actually take the plunge and do it because I just had so many fears of the unknown. I had never done anything like that before, and I didn't have the best self-esteem. So I basically self-sabotaged my opportunity and didn't go forward with it. And as you can see, I base a lot of my decisions on fear. I definitely regret not moving forward with that desire to get into the film industry. I always felt behind in life, that in the race of life, I felt like my shoelaces were tied together and that I was stuck. While people my age are settling into their careers, getting married, having children, buying a home, and here I am, 36, still feeling lost in life, still feeling behind, and not knowing where I'm going. And that's all because I keep making my decisions based out of fear. And I knew I had to change, so that's why I started getting into spirituality and personal development, because I was my own worst enemy. It wasn't until I read A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle that he talks about inner and outer purposes that I realized I was too focused on the wrong thing. I was too focused on my outer purpose instead of focusing on my inner purpose, which he says is our primary purpose, and our outer purpose is secondary. So our inner purpose is about evolving our consciousness, of growing our presence and waking up. And our outer purpose is what we do in the world. And we need to find a way to align our inner and outer purpose so that we could find deeper meaning in what we do as well as grow consciously. Because aligning our inner and outer purpose in life makes us more effective in the world. When it comes to our secondary purpose, our outer purpose, what we do in the world, I feel like there are two types of people. The first group are the people who come out of the womb knowing what they're going to do with their lives. And there's the other group of people, which includes myself, that go through life collecting experiences, skills, and lessons from what they go through, and it adds to their bigger picture of their lives. So it's not about going to one destination only, it's about going through life, finding those little clues to add to a big picture. I believe it shapes who we were meant to become and what we do with our lives. Don't fall into the trap of comparing yourself to other people, like I often do. It is just human nature to want to compare ourselves to others. That's just the ego trying to figure out where it stands and where it thinks it's supposed to be. I just need to remember and accept that we all have our own unique paths to walk. That just because I'm not taking the conventional path doesn't mean that I'm behind in life. I need to trust in the process of how life is unfolding. Sometimes I wish I would have just chosen a career and do it, but I know intuitively that's not my path. So I'm going to continue doing my inner work and listen to the hints and clues that I've been given and trust in the process. This feels so scary, but at this point, I know I need to continue instead of just quitting and taking a conventional path.